past died. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be.
Darkness rises, and light to meet it.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Come on! This is not going to go the way you think.
Hey everybody, surprise new Star Wars World Series trailer. Let's break it down with a whole bunch of new shots. Luke Skywalker on the Falcon. So if you're finding me for the first time, be sure to subscribe to get everything. There's Star Wars tickets I'm giving away. I'll explain at the end of the video too. So I like the way they have that Snoke voiceover where he says, "Darkness rises in the light to meet it," making it sound like everything is getting turned up, like it becomes a metaphor for Kylo Ren versus Rey, even though I think that's a bit of a misdirection. But he's all about creating this new type of Jedi, and I think in order to bring that about, he needs to have Rey rise to the occasion along with Kylo Ren. So he's sort of engineering what seems like a match between them, and Luke Skywalker's off on the side too, knowing that the Jedi Order needs to change in some fundamental way. So it just sounds like they're hyping up them building towards some giant, huge, epic reveal. And most people are talking about Rey's backstory and who her parents are and how that's going to be really meaningful for the characters in a really cool, touching moment for the saga. But I'll be interested to see how this lines up with the Journal of the Whills and these new ideas about the Force that Snoke is trying to push on everyone. But it is just so nuts seeing Luke Skywalker back on the bridge of the Falcon. Like he's looking around, just like not sure what to think about everything. I think he's just filled with so much trepidation. From the moment he sees his father's lightsaber, he's just wary of everything. Like he's totally afraid of how this is going to blow up in their faces. It went sideways with Kylo Ren. He remembers the destruction of the last temple, how he has that line of dialogue, "This isn't going to go the way you think it's going to go." And you see Rey, like in sort of the corresponding shot, raising the lightsaber, looking like she's rising to the occasion the way they cut it with Snoke's dialogue. You get a much better shot of him on his throne there too. And I love the way his voice isn't quite as processed as we've heard it before. The last time we saw him in Force Awakens, he was a hologram, so his voice sounded like it was being processed through a voice box. So even though he looks really twisted by the Force, he doesn't sound quite as evil as Palpatine sounded. People after the original trilogy really did use him as sort of the archetypal look for old, angry, evil wizard. So there's just a couple more shots of that space battle with the Resistance. I think that happens relatively early in the film, but also a lot of the Falcon on Crate. So obviously that corresponds with them flying through the salt mines here. Whatever it is these are, maybe they used to be underwater millions of years ago. We've seen corresponding shots of Leia with these crystal foxes here that are native to the planet. They just look so cool. So this shot of Finn driving what looks like one of these vehicles that are charging the gorilla walkers all looks like it's happening maybe in like the third act of the film. This feels like it's happening much later. But I know a lot of you are wondering if Mark Hamill actually ever got any scenes with Carrie Fisher, and I believe they did. I don't know what their scenes were, but most of the stuff that we've seen from Leia has been on the bridge of her ship and down on this Crate planet. And this is the first footage we've seen of Luke that implies that he actually does go somewhere, even though I think we all knew it. Like he's holding the lightsaber in that new Japanese poster. They said that even though Luke Skywalker is sort of an Obi-Wan Kenobi type person, he's the mentor in this movie, he's going to get a lot more fun things to do than Obi-Wan did during A New Hope. Obi-Wan still got the throw down, but imagine much more badass versions of that.
This little one's not worth the effort. Come, let me get you something.
Luke will actually get to be as badass as you hoped he would be when you originally heard that they were going to be making more movies. That felt like it was an early complaint when it was like, oh, what's Luke Skywalker doing? Oh, he's hiding out on a planet. Is he going to do anything? We don't know. Yes, he will definitely be throwing down. But it sounds like it takes him a while to spin up on that idea, like he's really hesitant about going off with Rey. This isn't going to go the way you think it's going to go. But everybody, let me know what you think of this. I can't imagine how much Lucasfilm paid to advertise this during the World Series, but I'm happy that they did. I totally wasn't expecting it. Like, I saw it pop on Twitter, and all of a sudden, it started playing, and sure enough, Millennium Falcon with Luke just looking around like this crazy old man. Oh my god, what am I doing here? Most of the stuff we've been talking about has been very Snoke and Rey-centric, a little bit of Luke Skywalker. But for all of you who are disappointed in Kylo Ren during Force Awakens, it sounds like based on what Adam Driver and the other people around the movie have been saying, that they actually do provide a lot of context, and it won't be quite what you're expecting given the twists of Force Awakens. Like, it really does sound like he's on a redemptive arc, even though coming back from killing Han Solo sounds like it could be impossible. One of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars universe. So that's kind of why I think that he might fail at the task of killing his mother, because they've been very coy about how her story ends. They said it's very meaningful and she's very important to this movie, but it does sound like Snoke gets very frustrated with Kylo Ren because he still feels the pull of the light, and that will inform a lot of the direction of Episode 9. Like, darkness is rising inside Kylo Ren, but the light inside him is also rising to meet it. So it's a metaphor for Kylo Ren and Rey separately, but it's also more of an internal metaphor for what's going on inside the minds of Kylo Ren and Rey. So like separately, they seem like dark and light, but within them, they both harbor dark and light. So everybody, let me know what you think, what's going on with the characters. There is a new round of that Star Wars ticket giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a Star Wars comment on the video. Congratulations to last week's winner, Cody Green. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. You can click here for that other Star Wars trailer, and you can click here for brand new Titans Nightwing Season 1. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.